About 3 years ago, we merged churches. I was the pastor of a church, and we had the opportunity and privilege to come and join this church in worship. There was a vision that we had at Faith Family Church, that vision that all become saved, and that we would worship a multicultural, multi-generational, multi-ethnic church with one purpose, just to praise and glorify God. Sunday morning is the most segregated hour of the week. And I saw the vision, rather than being the segregation, make it celebration. That we all come together, that people, just as you look around now and you see cultures and diversity of ages and people all worshiping and serving God. That vision that we had, we've done all that we can over the 3 years that we've been here to try and prosper that vision and cause it to manifest in ways that would glorify God. We've done television broadcasts, as you know, and radio broadcasts, and we've done community outreach, and we've ran into such difficulty trying to bring forth this vision that God has. And I'm very passionate about what I do for the Lord and what I do for the church. About a month or so ago, we had some difficulties at our church financially, and we were struggling, and we asked the classes, which is the leadership team, to come and assist us. They started a process that was called supersession. This process was placing a trustee team as our new leadership team. And the trustee team was going to make decisions about what would happen at our church and what's best for our church. I have reflected over the years of what has been good and what is not going well at our church. Whenever an organization is in trouble, you'll see they'll come in, they'll bring in new leadership, they'll try to revitalize it financially in whatever ways they can. And at some point, they have to look at the CEO, they have to look from the top down. And that's been my prayer and my search over the last few months. When you've given your all, and I strive to do all I can for the church, and at some point I have to ask God, is it time for me to make another move? There's something else that you can do with this facility, with this people, with this church. And over the last few weeks, I've talked to my leadership team that was here, the consistory. I've talked to my family, at least to my wife. And I decided that as of September 29th, the last Sunday in September, I'll no longer be the pastor of this church. That my last Sunday here would be the last Sunday in September. I'm not angry with anyone. I'm not angry with the RCA. There's a point where you recognize that you've done your best, you've done all that you can, and then it may be time to move forward. What would that involve for you, for the church? The vision that I have, the vision that God gave me is still alive. That vision will go forward. We will meet someplace October 6th with whoever sees and decides that they want to and believe in what we're doing here and believe that this should continue and have the opportunity to go forward. It may be just a handful of us, maybe all of us. But I feel that this facility and what's happened here, the history of this church, for some reason we're not allowed and not been able to bring forth the vision that God has given me. At some point I have to say, God, you have a better idea in mind. And it takes faith to hold on, but it also takes great faith to let go and to move forward. There'll be a meeting next Sunday. I think that's right, Kim? Or Wednesday. A meeting on September 4th. This will be a congregational meeting where the trustee team is going to come and invite as many of you that will come out for that meeting on Wednesday, that night. And they're going to find out where your heart is. I made them aware that I was going to leave and we'll have church October 6th, someplace. And he says as many that want to follow that vision, then they've given their blessings to that. And that's what they're going to find out. What is your heart? What is your vision for the church, for the few that may want to remain? I don't have all the answers right now about what's going to happen. Where is it going to be? I don't know quite where God's going to land us. Remember, I live in the community too. So when I travel, it's going to be me traveling as well as you if it's someplace a little bit more distant. But I'm praying about where we're going from this point, but I want to make it known that my last Sunday as your pastor will be the the last Sunday in September. Amen?